The great distraction. While you fight the other, they empty your pockets. Listen, the playbook hasn't changed in over a century. You pull out a target, point everyone's anger at them, and run off with the vault key while the room is screaming. It worked when D.W. Griffith put The Birth of a Nation on big screens to panic white audiences about Reconstruction, and it works today when media outlets spin up narratives that paint vulnerable groups as existential threats to the homeland. When you get people hyper-focused on an enemy in their backyard, they stop asking where their tax dollars went. They stop noticing the stripped pensions, the broken roads, and the healthcare costs eating them alive. Lyndon Johnson laid out the core logic decades ago, and he wasn't guessing. He famously noted that if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, Johnson said, and he'll open his pockets for you. That isn't just a historical observation, it's an operational blueprint for ruling class politics. The formula requires a visible, easy-to-blame target. It usually starts with taking real societal anxiety, job loss, cultural shifts, basic economic precarity, and redirecting the blame away from the institutions causing it. You don't blame the corporate board closing the factory. You blame the family moving in down the street, or the college kid holding a sign, or the minority group simply trying to exist safely. Film and pop culture are the delivery vehicles. When you package political scapegoating inside high-budget action tropes or sweeping historical dramas, the pill goes down easy. People think they're just watching an exciting story about good guys defending their home against bad guys. They don't realize their emotional triggers are being tested and tuned. The danger of this stuff isn't just that it makes people angry. The danger is that it makes people blind. A public consumed by manufactured threats is remarkably easy to govern and even easier to fleece. While the working class argues over who gets to use what bathroom or which campus protest went too far, the actual machine keeps humming along. Real wealth moves up. Public infrastructure rots. Basic social safety nets get chopped up and sold off to the highest bidder. It's a magic trick, plain and simple. Keep the audience watching the right hand so they never see what the left hand is doing under the table. Look back at every major political shift driven by outrage media over the last 50 years. The pattern is always identical. A group with minimal actual power is framed as an urgent, terrifying menace capable of destroying the country's fabric overnight. Panic ensues. Laws get trimmed back. And funny enough, the economic status quo stays completely untouched. Breaking that cycle means recognizing the trick while it's happening. It means asking a simple question every time a new cinematic or political villain is thrown in your face. Who benefits while I'm looking at them? If the answer is the same group running the banks, the media networks, and the legislative dockets, you aren't watching a warning, you're watching a distraction. Johnson's quote holds up because human ego is predictable. People want to feel superior to someone, anyone, especially when their own lives feel out of control. Exploiting that flaw is the oldest trick in the book, and as long as it keeps working, the machine won't ever need to change its strategy. Knowledge is king.